Jackie Chan's hilarious rush hour confession. I had no clue what Chris Tucker was saying. Picture this. It's 1998, and Rush Hour is tearing up the box office. A buddy cop comedy that pairs the lightning-fast fists of Jackie Chan with the motor-mouthed charm of Chris Tucker. The film's a smash, the chemistry is electric, and audiences are howling at lines like, "Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?" But here's the kicker. Jackie Chan, the Hong Kong action legend, literally didn't understand a word Chris Tucker was saying. In a side-splitting revelation on the Kelly Clarkson Show on June 3, 2025, Chan spilled the beans about his rush hour experience, proving that sometimes the best on-screen magic happens when you're totally lost in translation. A comedy of miscommunication. Chan, now a spry 71, stopped by Kelly Clarkson's couch to promote his new film, Karate Kid: Legends, alongside co-stars Ralph Macchio and Ben Wong. But when Clarkson, 43, asked if Rush Hour was where he got the hang of fast-paced English, Chan dropped a bombshell that had everyone in stitches. The whole movie, "I don't know what Chris Tucker's saying," he confessed with his trademark grin. Not a clue. Cue the audience laughter, because if you've seen Rush Hour, you know Tucker's Detective James Carter talks faster than a caffeinated auctioneer. For Chan, playing the stoic Hong Kong Detective Lee, it was like trying to catch lightning in a bottle while blindfolded. Chan explained that his English wasn't up to speed back then, and Tucker's rapid-fire delivery was a whole other beast. "Every shot, my dialogue was different," he said, revealing that a dialect coach was practically glued to the camera, feeding him lines like a frantic stage mom. "My dialogue coach sits right behind the camera," Chan chuckled. "Every scene, every shot, different dialogue." Imagine the chaos. Chan's out there flipping bad guys, dodging bullets, and trying to keep up with Tucker's improv, all while whispering to his coach, what did he say?" It's a miracle the movie got made, let alone became a classic. Improv nightmares and country music saviors. Clarkson, ever the relatable host, leaned in with a grin and asked if Chan ever just admitted he was lost during one of Tucker's improv moments. "Yes," Chan exclaimed, throwing his hands up. "I asked my dialect coach. What did he say? He speaks so fast." The image of Chan mid-scene sneaking a confused glance at his coach while Tucker riffs is pure comedy gold. It's no wonder their on-screen chemistry worked. Chan's bewildered reactions were probably 100% authentic. So how did Chan, a global superstar whose English was a work in progress, finally crack the language barrier? Forget Rosetta Stone or fancy tutors. Chan turned to the twangy, soulful sounds of country music. "I learned English by listening to country music," he revealed, explaining that the slower tempo of songs made it easier to pick up words. Picture Jackie Chan, kung fu legend, cruising through LA with a cowboy hat, okay, maybe not the hat, and humming along to Johnny Cash or Dolly Parton. It's the kind of wholesome twist that makes you love him even more. Rush Hour, a low-budget legend. Chan's Rush Hour confession wasn't his only trip down memory lane. In a recent BuzzFeed interview, he ranked the Rush Hour trilogy, and his take was as blunt as a roundhouse kick. The 1998 original? Little money, little time, he said. We shot it like, go, 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 go. The second one? A lot of money, a lot of time. And the third? Too much money, too much time. Chan's not wrong. There's something raw and scrappy about the first Rush Hour that made it a fan favorite. With a modest budget and a breakneck shooting schedule, Chan and Tucker created a cultural phenomenon that still holds up, earning rave reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. For those who've been living under a rock, Rush Hour follows Detective James Carter, Tucker, a loudmouthed LAPD cop, teaming up with Lee, Chan, a Hong Kong detective, to rescue a friend's kidnapped daughter. The film's blend of martial arts, comedy, and culture clash banter was a box office knockout, spawning 2 sequels and a legacy that's still kicking. But knowing Chan was winging his lines while Tucker's verbal tsunami roared on adds a whole new layer of hilarity to scenes like, "Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?" Apparently, Jackie didn't, but he sold it like a pro. The Money Problem and Rush Hour 4 Dreams. Chan's quip about the sequels, "Too much money is no good," is classic Jackie, a guy who's always valued grit over glitz. The first film's lean production forced everyone to get creative, while Rush Hour 2 and 3 leaned into bigger budgets and longer shoots, sometimes losing that original spark. Still, fans can't get enough of Carter and Lee, and the buzz about a potential Rush Hour 4 has been simmering for years. Back in December 2022, Chan teased at the Red Sea Film Festival in Saudi Arabia that he was talking about a 4th installment. Could we see Chan and Tucker back in action? Maybe with Chan finally catching every word? Fingers crossed, because the world needs more of that chaotic, cross-cultural chemistry. From Rush Hour to Karate Kid, legends. Chan's appearance on Clarkson's show wasn't just about reminiscing. He was there to hype Karate Kid, Legends, which hit theaters on May 30th, 2025, alongside Ralph Macchio, the OG Daniel LaRusso, and newcomer Ben Wong. The film, a fresh chapter in the Karate Kid saga, sees Chan reprising his role as Mr. Han, blending martial arts wisdom with his signature charm. If his Rush Hour stories are any indication, Chan's probably got a few behind-the-scenes gems from the set, too, though hopefully he understood his co-stars this time around. Why we love Jackie Chan. Chan's confession about Rush Hour is more than a funny anecdote. It's a reminder of why he's one of Hollywood's most enduring stars. At 71, he's still out here doing his own stunts, cracking jokes, and owning his vulnerabilities. Admitting he was clueless on set takes guts, but it's also quintessentially Jackie, humble, hardworking, and always ready to laugh at himself. His journey from Hong Kong action flicks to Hollywood blockbusters wasn't easy, especially with the language barrier, but he turned every challenge into a win, often with a smile and a crazy stunt. The Rush Hour saga, with its mix of heart, humor, and high kicks, owes much of its magic to Chan's ability to roll with the punches, literally and figuratively. Not understanding Tucker's lines? No problem, he had a dialect coach and a can-do attitude. Struggling with English? He found solace in country tunes. It's this resilience that makes Chan a legend, whether he's flipping bad guys or charming Kelly Clarkson's audience. A legacy that keeps kicking. As Karate Kid, Legends brings Chan back to the big screen. His Rush Hour stories remind us why we fell in love with him in the first place. He's the guy who makes the impossible look easy, whether it's a death-defying stunt or acting opposite a motor mouth like Tucker without a clue. With whispers of Rush Hour 4 on the horizon, fans are already dreaming of another Carter-Lee adventure, complete with more banter, brawls, and maybe a few translated lines for old time's sake. Until then, let's raise a glass to Jackie Chan, the man who turned confusion into comedy and made Rush Hour a timeless gem. Now, somebody cue up some country music. Jackie's got some English to practice.